Marriage jokes. Maria, a devout Catholic, got married and had 10 children. After her first husband died, she remarried and had 10 more children. A few weeks after her second husband died, Maria also passed away. At Maria's funeral, the priest looked skyward and said, "At last, they're finally together." Her sister sitting in the front row said, "Excuse me, Father, but do you mean she and her first husband, or she and her second husband?" The priest replied, "I mean her legs." Alcohol jokes. 3 guys were sitting in a biker bar. A man came in, already drunk, sat down at the bar and ordered a drink. The man looked around and saw the 3 men sitting at a corner table. He got up, staggered to the table, leaned over, looked the biggest one in the face and said, "I went by your grandma's house and I saw her in the hallway, buck naked. Man, she is fine." The biker looked at him and didn't say a word. His buddies were confused, because he was a badass, and would fight at the drop of a hat. The drunk leaned on the table again and said, "I got it on with your grandma and she is good, the best I ever had." The biker still said nothing. His buddies were starting to get mad. The drunk leaned on the table again and said, "I'll tell you something else, boy, your grandma liked it." The biker stood up, took the drunk by the shoulder and said, "Damn it, Grandpa. You're drunk. Go home." Marriage jokes. I'm going to watch my wedding video later backwards. I love the end bit when she takes the ring off, goes back down the aisle and jumps in the car. Chuck Norris jokes. Chuck Norris has never won an Academy Award for acting, because he's not acting. Chuck Norris jokes. If they made a movie of Chuck Norris standing still, it would be rated R for extreme violence. Jokes about women. A woman is driving for first time on the highway. Her husband calls, says, "Be careful, love, it's just been on the radio that someone is driving opposite to the traffic on the highway." She replies, "Someone? These rascals are in hundreds." Jokes about men. A man walks into a bar and notices his friend sitting alone staring at a tiny man on the table playing the piano. "Wow, look how small he is, where did you get him?" says the man. "Oh, well, there's this genie round the back of bar, and he grants you whatever wish you want." Sure enough, the man goes round the back of the bar and there sits a genie. "You grant wishes, right?" "Yes," replies the genie. I'd like $1,000,000. Then, out of nowhere, 1,000,000 ducks appear, and waddle behind the annoyed man as he goes back into the bar. "Look! That genie gave me ducks instead of bucks." His friend sitting at the table replies, "Well, yeah, do you really think I asked for a 12-inch pianist?" Little Johnny jokes. Little Johnny's teacher asks, George Washington not only chopped down his father's cherry tree, but also admitted doing it. Do any of you know why his father didn't punish him? Little Johnny replies, because George was the one holding the axe. Cop jokes. An elderly couple was just settled down for bed when the old man realized he left the lights on in the greenhouse in the backyard. Then they heard voices. 3 men had broken into the greenhouse. Scared, they called the police. The dispatcher replied, he would send an officer as soon as one became available as they were all out on calls. The old man waited for a few minutes and called dispatch again. He told dispatch, "Don't worry about sending an officer, I shot the robbers and now the dogs are eating their bodies." In no time at all, police were all over the place and captured the robbers red-handed. One of the cops asked the old man, I thought you said you shot the robber and your dogs were eating them. The old man replied, I thought you said, there weren't any officers available. Marriage jokes. A man goes to see a wizard and says, can you lift a curse that was put on me years ago? Maybe, says the wizard, if you can remember the exact words of the curse. The man replies without hesitation, I pronounce you man and wife.